Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high. Get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, July 31st, Sunday, August 1st, for those of you across the pond and beyond. Welcome to We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm so glad you guys can join us this evening. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and it's so great to see you here. Let's see, I just saw somebody pop in. Who we got going on here? Oh, it's, we have Mutant American, Ugly American, which is actually Brave Sir Robin. Welcome, Brave Sir Robin. And thanks for being the first one in. So if you're listening live right now, you're listening on Spreaker.com. You can also find us live on KPNL Radio at kpnl-db.com. And you can also find us otherwise if you're at work or doing yard work or whatever else and you want to listen to us in your earballs, just turn us on Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Tumblr, YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Deezer, Podcast Addict, and Podcast Chaser. So tonight, I have a treat for all my guys and gals out there. Tonight, we will be talking to and getting to know Mr. Psychic Chris Garcia. And Chris Garcia is a psychic medium, empath, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient who also has the ability to see auras and has experience with remote viewing. He has had these God-given gifts since the young age of 5. Chris loves helping people and sensitive children with their gifts as well. He is a tarot card reader and a ghost hunting and paranormal enthusiast. He is also a shaman healer and very into his native heritage. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome. I'm so excited.
So excited.
You know, we always have to do that intro with me because I like talking this way.
Hello. So now we have Mr. Morris. He came in and, did his little hee-hee. Welcome, Mr. Morris from Scotland. Miss Sandra Heath from Vancouver, BC. Man, it's so good to see everybody. And I'm so excited that you're here. I know we had to do like a few schedule changes and everything, but here we are, finally.
Yes, I'm going to tell you what's so crazy. We first, it was the 4th, which I shouldn't schedule the 4th because, but most of the time I do that because...
Oh, yeah, it was the 3rd, but still, it's a family weekend, right?
Yeah, so, but I didn't expect them to show up, and they did, so, but I usually do it because I've had good success, but I guess this time wasn't, not so good, but we've been just running around, but I've been really busy. People have been just wanting to talk to me. It's like the schedules are good now. We got them fixed all the way till September. September is barely kind of working out. You know what's funny? I know my friend Becky's probably listening, but she told me that I'm going to be really busy in August, which is validating because I am busy in August. I have a lot of shows besides you, but it's just so crazy that I'm just like, pretty soon, if I can't do this, I'm going to need an assistant. So, I don't know. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good. And the visions I've had, I can believe I actually scared Tessa. Believe that? She's known me for so long.
Oh, I was sitting there and I was listening to it because I was all lonely. Nobody in none of the chat rooms to talk to. And so I'm listening to your vision and I'm like, you're really freaking me out right now. Because it just like, I totally felt like I was there. I could totally empathize and I could feel what you were feeling. So it was like really freaking me out.
Yeah, that was one of my exes that I haven't seen in years. That house to this day, Tess, haven't been there since I broke up, and it's in the West Side. And according to what other people told me, I've had visions even before that that were warnings not to open the door. And the thing with them is that when I had that premonition, it really, really freaked me out. It was just so creepy because I could see that. And in the dream, they were calling, they were driving, and then somehow I happened to be in the area, which is kind of strange. And I happened to get in the car, and we went through the back road, and they're like, "We're not telling you anything. We're just going to say that we're experiencing something." And when I get back to the back roads of it, I started getting sensations. I started seeing, I ain't gonna lie, I did see a demon in my head. I saw a few entities. I saw succubus. I mean, you just name it, I saw it.
Out of all of these visions that you've had recently, like this one was, like you said, like you felt like you were there, you were really feeling like this fear and all these other things that you generally don't feel, right? Because, you know, This is just a vision, I'm not really there. But this one felt really real. Like, to me it did. It felt so real.
Yes, it did. And the thing is that I'm not saying all my other visions are not really real, but this one I think it really hit home because it's in my town.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that either, but this one like really touched, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was really deep.
It touched the surface, and the thing is that they have not reached out to me, only through Messenger, but let me remind you, we have not talked in years. I have given them a warning that I had.
So this isn't the crazy one that kept calling, like drunk calling us, or is this?
No, this was...
Okay.
No.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah, and it was just so insane because the ex from this is from years. You didn't know me. I don't think you knew me at that time. And so what it really got down to was just they were messaging me saying to pray for them. And then I found out that the niece, one of the cousins that's in the dream, reached out to me in reality and said that their mother's possessed. She's been acting way out of proportion. And then to validate other people that were on the live and did see the live, I'm not joking. They have a home Ouija board in that house. Tess.
Seriously? Like the landline. Here we have a phone Ouija board.
Yeah, they have a Ouija board in that house, and it's a family Ouija board. So that Ouija board has been from generation to generation. So I would say that before all this shit happened, I kept feeling like that my ex tried to contact her mom because she recently passed, I think like last year or sometime this year. So, like I told people, if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with the shit because you don't know what you're going to come out and
and it's hard too, like when your family passes and you're expecting a visitation or something like that. Maybe you drank a lot, maybe you haven't gotten a lot of sleep, so you don't get that full like envelopment of realm sleep or where you can get to that space and time where the realms collide and you can get messages. Or perhaps on another page, they're over there and there's work they have to do before they can come back and say anything to you. And I know, like, it's hard because you really miss that person. You're just waiting for them to come through. But like you said, you got to know what you're doing and don't just jump on one of those. And a lot of people think, hey, no worries, this is just like any other tool. But for me, I feel like it's a little different because things on there try to mislead you and misguide you sometimes and pretend like they're people that you love and miss, and really it's somebody else trying to get close to you. It's really, really scary.
Yeah, and the thing is that this has been on for years. And then the thing is that one of my friends said, excuse my French, but I think they opened the fucking portal. And I was like, more likely, without physically being there, from what I felt, yes, I want to say they opened the doorway and now it's affecting the living. So, but yes, it's very intense, and and that was like maybe 5 days ago, or actually 4 days ago. I actually posted, but other than that, I've been busy. People have been asking for me.
Oh yeah.
But I've been it's just so strange that I'm just, dealing with all this, and everybody says that I need to cut the cords because I haven't talked to them. So, but yeah.
Cut the cords to what?
To cut the cords from being attached to it, because I think they said that since, they've known me for years, they think that it just contact and they could, what I'm saying. So a lot of my friends said that they suggest for me to be real careful because this is one of those where you need a demonologist and probably a priest. And at the moment, due to COVID, I don't know. I really don't know how to approach this one because unless if I'm going to do it by myself, I can probably cast it out, but I'm putting myself in danger. But with all the expertise, and then what I was going to tell you, what I noticed is that since this came out to me, Tess, I'm going to tell you what I feel. I have not worked with demonology. I don't know the history of, and I don't want to go there with demon names, but I know enough to where I can probably just say prayers in Spanish and English, like the Lord's Prayer and the Holy Mary. I have a feeling that I'm going to be doing more severe cases, and this is just a vision that might be the type of work that might be taking the next step to the next level.
Getting your foot in the door.
Yeah, and
I'm scared about that. I'm so afraid of that stuff, and that's how we do with our team. Like, if it comes to anything like demonic or something that we have never encountered, we'll pass it on to the clergy or whatnot, but I don't know. I guess that's a good step. Are you prepared for that?
To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you, I don't lie about anything, even with the readings that I give to people. Honestly, mentally, no. I'm not really ready for this, but if it's something that I'm supposed to be doing, I might do the lighter side of it, which I don't know what the lighter side is, but that's what they're telling me. But that would be something that I feel like I might be doing in the near future because I know a lot of people, I'm not joking, people have been wanting to see me, people want me to go to Paracons, and then they want me to go into investigation. So I'm going to have to be in areas where I'm not that comfortable just to get the feeling of it. Mm-hmm. But with my gifts growing so much, I think in a way everybody has told me this, including my friend Becky and then you, have said that I haven't reached my full potential, that I don't give myself much credit, which I really don't, because at the end of the day, I'm just Chris. That's basically what it comes down to. I'm just me. But then when I'm in the zone, I'm a total different person. I'm not like a person where you can just tap and interrupt me because I don't like being interrupted. So when I do my work, I strictly stick to what is the problem and the situation, depending on what kind of reading, or if I'm speaking at somewhere or doing a paracon or whatever I'm going to be doing, I stick to the project, and I'm being very determined to do what needs to be done. Oh, and by the way, Tess, we do have new listeners, but the thing is that they're telling me they can't find the link through Messenger, so I don't know if you can do it in between, or somebody send me a message. I don't know.
I can send you the link through Messenger, and maybe you can messenger it to them.
Yes.
Because there is a link in the advertisement. It should send you directly here, or you could go to Spreaker.com and look up We Are Paradox Media, and there'll be the little black and white picture of the Earth with a thing on it, antenna, basically, radio antenna. But yeah, let me pull that up really quick.
That's funny that you said radio antenna. Oh my goodness! But other than that, I can tell you right now, the chances of you possibly being there, I wouldn't be surprised if you were there, even though I didn't see you. Mm-hmm. But since you said that you felt connected, I want to say that maybe you must have been there because I probably called people in to support me without me knowing. So I'm very possible that you could have been there in some kind of shape or form. But yeah, I think if they do call me, and maybe if all this damn COVID goes away, I would like for you to come if you want to.
Heck yeah, I'll go with you. I mean, we're stronger in numbers, and that shit can get really scary. And I'm not going to pardon my French because this is fucking for real, This stuff is really real, and you were talking about maybe, the lighter levels or whatever. There are different degrees of demons. So maybe start at the bottom and work your way up, or maybe take some courses on demonology, or even read books, like educate yourself. A lot of things that have worked best for me is when I self-educated, and I had it in my heart to learn it, so I went out and learned it, you know.
Yeah, and this is just like anything in investigation. Even though it's not my total expertise, I would not take this lightly, because this is something that that I'm not going to be so cocky with it. But yes, I just would not take this and make this as a joke, because this is not a joke. It's really not. So I'm prepared for whatever comes with it. So
Yeah, and I feel like no matter what your degree of education or whatever on this field, demonology, you should never get cocky. Because once you do that, just like in a football game, once you start getting cocky, you're going to get your ass kicked. They know so many things about you that you would not even realize they know, and they try to use these things against you. And if you've come to terms with these certain things in your life, and you've asked forgiveness, or you've done things to process whatever this happening was, you're safe to go, because that doesn't weigh on your heart or your soul anymore. Once you're clear of those things and you have nothing to worry about as far as what your penance is, then it's completely different. But yeah, never get cocky with these mofos, because it's pretty crazy grounds. It's scary.
and then just think about it, that just knowing that how dangerous it can be. Some people just think that, oh, I can get rid of it because I don't need to do demonology, or I don't need to study. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you might be an expert in your dealing, but this is not something you play with. Oh, and by the way, my friend is listening. Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky. If you'd like to call in, call 970-335-9596. Unfortunately, my hostess with the mostest is now my guest tonight, so.
I know. I help her with Bill, and I have a good time, even though Bill, that's Bill's night. But when I help in that way, I know that he added me to the show. But in a way, when I look at it in both ways. Yes, he invited me to be on the show, but I feel like an assistant to you, because, he's doing the spirit box, and when y'all are talking, I give the number out and let people call in if they want to talk to their loved ones or something like that. So yes, I'm featured on the show, but I don't let that get the best of me and say, you know what, it's all about me, because it's not. It's about Bill, and we're as a team. Please, like you said, we work good together.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was very effective. So yeah.
If you hear that buzzing noise, no, that's not my vibrator. That is my phone. Somebody's trying to call us right now. So yeah, it popped up a little bit ago, and I tried to click on the add button, and it wouldn't let me. And now that screen isn't even popping. So let me see if I go. Wow.
My friend said, one of my friends, Joanne, said she's calling.
Yeah.
She said, I hear it. She said, ring once, but nothing is happening.
Yeah, it's ringing repeatedly. I don't know if you heard that, but here, let me go open up the main. Oh, she's coming back again. She's resilient.
She's a good friend of mine, too. She's a good friend.
I know her through, and she's not even showing up now. She showed up the first time. The last two, she hasn't. So I'm trying to open up Skype to its fullest potential.
And I'm going to say this, because Becky did this. It's got to be the Chris effect, but I don't mean to, people. I'm sorry.
It's the Garcia effect, not the Chris effect. Garcia effect.
I don't think you guys. It just happens every time, and I'm not saying it happens. It's just that sometimes I kind of I try to debunk it, because I'm thinking it's electrical stuff. But I've been told by many times that when you're really in tune, psychics tend to manipulate electronics. In a scientific way, I kind of believe that's kind of true, and then I kind of don't, because to me, I don't have the research, and I don't know how to look that up. But that has came across a few times on different shows where they're thinking, didn't you know that psychics could affect electronics? And I'm thinking, no, we can't. And they're like, yes, we can, depending on your vibration. If your vibration goes high, it's like how can I put it? It's an interference with the auto, and usually it is the autos that we usually have, because I've been to where on shows where it's usually where the host gets kicked out or I get kicked out, and I'm thinking, why does this shit happen? Why? I don't know. I think Becky's laughing. I can hear her laughing. Becky, you know what? You might want to try to call in, because I'm going to tell you what's so crazy. I'm looking at the screen, and I can see Tessa, and I'm not seeing any numbers call in. So,
yeah, isn't this weird? Okay, there we go. We might get this one in. I think we got this one.
Okay, cross your fingers. Cross your fingers, Tessa. Cross our fingers.
Cross your fingers. Do we have area code 334?
Hello, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for welcoming me. I thought I was listening, but I'll talk as well as listening. Hi, Chris.
Oh.
Hi, Joanne. It's been a long time, girl. What's up? How have you been?
This isn't Joanne. Keep listening to my voice. You know my voice.
Wait.
I want to say Jackie, but I'm probably wrong.
Who's this then?
No Jay's over here.
Who?
Catherine?
Keep going down the alphabet. Get more to the end, and you'll find me.
Monica?
You know what I was thinking? Is this the Angels? What's her name? I can't think of her name. I had her on the show a long time ago. Wait, did I? You know what? I've lost my mind today.
Well, let's find your mind and your spirit and your.
Oh, I know this. I know who this is. I know who this is. This is my queen. Oh my God, this is my friend. Yeah, this is my friend Queen from a different, where she met me through another show, which is Ken, the one that I share him on Fridays. Seth.
Well, I just have to say, I don't know who she is, but I love her energy and her enthusiasm.
Yeah, she's got very strong energy, too, by the way. So how are you doing, Queen? Were you listening to everything I said about my crazy-ass dream?
No, I just tuned in. I was listening for a couple of minutes, and then I thought, well, I'll call in and listen, and so I didn't hear about it.
Okay, well, I'll fill you in when we go on the commercial break when we do. But do you have any questions for me? Or you just, because you can listen. You don't have to hang up. And this is my friend Tessa, so this is Queen Tessa.
Hi.
So do you have any questions? So do you have any questions for me? And speaking of that, I love your wand. On Messenger.
Oh, that's so awesome. Me and my daughter just made a wand the other day by hand.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's so crazy, Queen. I know the last reading, every reading is different depending on the frequency. I don't know why I was told to tell you this, and I'm seeing like a cross. I wish you could see it because you're not on camera. You can call in, but being on camera, but you don't have to. What I was going to show you, where I actually take a picture of it after I'm done with the reading, is that it's telling me for you, no risk will be involved. So I'm being told that if you're thinking about getting involved in something, don't do it, okay? And also, I'm getting that wherever you're going, they're saying place a great confidence in yourself. So whatever you're doing, put confidence in yourself, but there's some risk that I wouldn't say to get involved, because it says no risk will be involved. So just say that some things you can get involved, and then some things I wouldn't get involved. Does that make sense?
Yeah, be discerning.
Yeah. And then another thing, I don't know why they're telling me this. Might be for somebody else on the show, but I don't think this pertains to you, Queen. But I really don't know people's personal life, but it's telling me that you are lovesick. and it says, place trust in your fellow man. So I'm being told.
Is that the same as heartsick, lovesick, heartsick, or no?
Yeah, it's like you're. What I would say, if you are in a relationship, I would take it lightly, and just know that don't be too like love, and not like you're sick. It's like you're just like so in love that you just do everything this person. Everything that this person does.
That's not me. That's not me at the moment. It won't be me in the future. So
good for you, sister.
This is that I'm being told that there's somebody that's probably sickly in love. And it's kind of like somebody saying that they're kind of like doubting the relationship.
Oh, yeah. Quit talking about me, okay? Because it makes me feel self-conscious.
And then another thing, too, Queen, it says, don't danger, but keep enemies at distance. Do not bear false witness.
Mm-hmm.
So keep your enemies. And you know what? I just remember telling you that on the last show that we talked. So again, keep your enemies distant, because I'm being told that for you, Queen, that your enemies are closer than what you realize. And it's the people that you are helping. Okay? People that you have consultations with. So just be careful with what you do. Just be very careful is what I'm seeing. So just you know what, and then with some involvement, like I was telling you, I wouldn't say get too involved in everything, because I'm being told that you're gonna know when to go and when not to go. It's almost like that, like they saying there's a time to do things and there's a time to not do things. There's a appropriate time to do things. Does that make sense?
So know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yes. And you know what? I'm sorry that I got your voice all mixed up, because you sounded like another friend of mine. But it's just that you're. but you know what? I love your voice as always, and you're a real good support of mine, and you're like a very good friend. And you're fun. You know who you're drawn to. You're drawn to Mrs. Laveau, as we're not going to go there. But yes, you know that she loves you deeply with all the offerings that you give her. Okay, I'm going to ask you, have you been giving her whiskey? Whiskey?
Oh, yeah.
Not lately, but I have given her some pure 100 proof. Yeah, whiskey.
Ooh.
I have given it to her.
Oh, okay. Well, she likes it. She's drinking up. She's telling me. And, okay, I see. Why do I see the Crown Royal with this, too? Is there something about Crown Royal?
I don't know. This came from a bootlegger.
Ooh.
Somebody that makes whiskey in a still, and I had it for a long time, and I never used it. I had gotten it to make some tinctures with, and I just never used it. And I decided to share it with her. So I have.
So you know what I was told to tell you, and I don't know what they call this, but maybe after the show or maybe tomorrow. I don't know what they call this, but this is a voodoo thing. I see like drinking it, but not drinking it. It's kind of like the best way you say it, and I don't even know what to call it, but I'm seeing it in my head, like I could see you doing this. But just make sure when you do this, there's no candles lit. This is kind of like an offering, and you can do this to open doors too. I see you like kind of like you're gonna drink it, but you're not. And what you do is you spray it with your tongue and your mouth, and you spray it. But it's like you have, and I don't know if you know what. I don't even know what that is called, because I've seen a lot of people, even in Santeria, do that. Where Santeria is a little bit of voodoo, but they do this kind of like spray thing with their mouth. I don't know what that is called. If you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying, and I haven't seen or know of it, because as you were going to say it, I knew that's what you were going to say when you said don't drink it, to put it in my mouth and spread. You know, well, you don't know, but maybe you do know. Years and years ago, someone came into my family situation, and someone I had known before. They came into my family. This is now we're going to get really deeper. And they introduced my mother, my sister, into Yoruba, which is African, Nigerian, like voodoo.
Wow.
And they never,
Hello.
never invited.
Hello.
Yeah. They never invited me. Which,
Are you serious?
I'm serious. But I remember him saying, because this is getting real deep. My mother became an alcoholic because she drank the stuff.
Oh no.
And I remember somewhere, this is like a healing something. Somewhere he said, I told her not to drink it. So that's how I knew what you were going to say.
I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call it. But I've seen people, like I said, I've seen people in Santeria. It's almost like an offering, but it's what, you know how, like, you know, I'll give you a good example for everyone that's listening to the show. Do you remember when you're little and you drink the water and you just try to see how far you spit? Okay, it's something like that, but it's more of not a spit, it's like a spray. So in other words, when you drink it, yes, but you have to know how to do it from your mouth. Like, try it with water. Instead of spitting like a water fountain, you make it like a misty spray. But you have to know how to do it. And not everybody can do this. But for you, Queen, I don't know why I'm being told this, but you can do this. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm seeing this in my mind. I can actually see you doing this on your door of your business. I can see you doing this on your altar. And I can do this. I can see you even doing this when you're doing a cleansing or a limpia, is what we call it in Spanish. I can actually see you spraying this stuff on this person as you're using like weed and brushes. And I don't know why I'm seeing this shit, but this gets deep. I'm telling you, I could see you like from sage to using brushes of the, and I don't want to say desert, it's more of the forest. And I'm seeing like you just spray them. Honestly, it looks like pine to me, but it's not. I don't know what kind of plant it is, but this plant that I'm seeing, hold on. Okay, this plant goes as far as, okay, no, this is impossible, but it can be done. This root that I'm seeing goes back to the Jamaican times. Okay, but you can find this somewhere out in the woods of Louisiana, and this is where the swamp. So you got to look around, and whatever stands out to you, that's what you do. And to me, what they're showing is like I'm seeing a root, and I'm seeing like vines sticking up, but it doesn't have like spikes to it. It's just a beautiful flower that's sticking up, and I'm seeing like it opens. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I see.
Well, I live in the pine forest, so I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indian paintbrush. And speaking of a paintbrush, you said you made your wand. You and your daughter handmade your wand. I handmade mine as well. That's why I showed it to him, because he had told me I was supposed to make one. I said I already made it. It's already made. So yeah, I would love to see yours as well.
Yeah, it was actually a wand for her costume because her dad wants to take her to the Renaissance fair or whatnot. So we took it was like a popsicle stick, but it's a corn dog stick, and then she made her own star, and I made a copy of the star, so she had both sides, and we did different layers of paint and stuff like that. But we put a lot of energy into it. I've never try to make my own wand for myself. Like I have a sage wand, basically, that is made up of feathers and stuff, and it has a stone on it that I use for saging and cleansing houses. But I've never made a wand because I've never actually tried to do magic. But it's interesting that you guys brought up the whole black magic and voodoo and all this other stuff that is going on, like in Louisiana, because when I was getting ready, the 2 days before I was getting ready to come from Phoenix back to Colorado,
it helps to keep people and maybe that's why the ancestors set it up that way, so that people would be fearful of people who delve into the ways of Africa, of Mother Africa, and to keep them from disturbing the vibrations of the ancient ones, of the, to keep them from disturbing that energy of those who wish to be true to who they are. It's a way of life. It's a natural way. It's nothing, and black magic, the color black has connection, which is sky is black. Black is beautiful, but it's been the society has done a major job of trying to condemn what African people are about. I'm almost crying because it's a terrible thing, but yet
I feel you.
Still we rise. We rise. We are still here. We are still, we're coming through the Santeria, the Spanish influence, the Jamaican influence, the other. It's everywhere, and it is everywhere because it's nature. It's about nature.
and it goes back into, and that is true, because for me, the way I see it is that, yes, I'm going to agree with Tessa. Voodoo is a religion. Voodoo is the magic, okay? And I'm going to make this very clear for all the listeners. The voodoo, or whatever you want to call it, voodoo, whatever you want to call it, it's not the religion or the magic that makes it bad. It's the practitioner. So the practitioner does
practitioner,
good, does the good magic. But I think, like you said, with all the stories about they do curses and this and that, I think everybody has a certain, I guess, like they have a fear. So they think just because voodoo, they think it's bad. They think all the practitioners are bad. But there's a lot of good ones, but you just got to know in your heart that they're there to help. They're just like root worker. Root is what I call root work. That they go into root and they do just like regular witchcraft, but they do it in their custom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different, but it's very interesting that we're touching the subject, because I have this weird feeling.
Well, there's so many different misconceptions. It's sad. And there's so many misconceptions about so many different things, but this is one topic that came up in my last week, so it was very intriguing that Queen had called and that we're talking about this and that it was brought up, because I, like, right away I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt, but I'm like, man, like, I listened to hours and hours and hours on this stuff. And so I'm very intrigued, because, you always have that misconception, like you're raised a certain way, you've been told certain things, and you don't know the real truth of what is actually going on there. And it's just like with anybody else, every human is different, every person in a certain religion is different, there's good people, there's dark people, so on and so forth. It just depends on their intent and what they're trying to do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's true. And you know what, I just wanted to say, you can listen to the show, but I just wanted to say thank you for calling, and you don't have to hang up on this Zoom.
Yeah, I'm so glad you called.
And I'm glad that, you're spreading knowledge, because with the message that I gave you, I feel like you do need to be careful with the consultations that you're doing, because I see like that this is the second time that I got the message for you that you're helping people, but there's people that are among your circle that I'm being told to be very careful, because they're like tricksters. So I would say to really put some barriers or boundaries if you ring them I was talking, and then in my head, like I see the one that needs help, and that's why it's crazy. As we're talking, and you think about video at that scene or whatever she's looking at, I see like a part of a stick, really, and I'm seeing it being tied down around it. It looks like old, what do you call it? It's a mom. Remember the old that you used to have? Well, once you don't dry it, it looks like a wig, and that's a wig, right. Like being all weird, we love it. So I'm told that you could use the water and write down and swim if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure it won't take long for you to have a notion of what you're speaking about. And when you were talking about the spray, it's even more interesting because I was just reflecting because I've made a lot of peace with my mother in the past few days, actually. And I was reflecting on what I forgot what that call, but I was on what we did about. He came in that he said when he comes, I would wait for him. Well, this is interesting. It's a healing process because I've got you had become an alcoholic, so that is something that.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you understand about it. So, like, you're going to get, but you're going to do it for me. You're going to brush them down. And I can definitely see you spraying them. I can see you brushing them down with a type of I can see you doing a lot of very little in head as I'm looking at it. And you know what? It's actually hiding things. It's hitting them. Just like I said, thanks again for calling because it is right money and later on because I feel a strong connection with you.
I keep for being there. Chris, you are a gem. You are a gem, mouth to the gem. You're many gems. Your worthiness is going to be appreciated more and more. The more you recognize how valuable you are, the key.
Oh my goodness!
You will attract to you those who are ready to honor your gifts. Same true for each of us.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did that because I wanted to say that earlier. It's not people believing in you, it's you believing in you and not doubting your gifts and stuff because I do that too where you just kind of doubt yourself and sure people against you so it does make you have that doubt that you really wouldn't have. But I'm glad you said because it's so true.
Yes, we all have those moments.
I was going to say that this was my friend Becky said that when we're talking, he said, "Rock is waking up big time." I think as we're talking, being told that spirit doesn't want us talking about all this stuff, so certain people are not going to hear what we said. For some reason, she said the broadcast on her end is waking up. So I'm being told that spirit is very, very strong on this subject. Very strong, because there's interference that if she's having breaking up, then who else is having issues of hearing this kind of subject? That tells you that what we're talking about is very deep.
I would like to welcome everyone to the Garcia effect. No, but the energy does get so high that it does cause issues like this, and it's only happened with a couple other people other than you, Chris, to where it's just like insane. As far as the different media crash downs and different things we have going on or freeze ups where we have to restart and such, but nobody's really said anything in the chat room, so maybe it's like you said before, like maybe some people aren't meant to hear it or they don't want people to hear it, so hopefully when it comes back on the recording it'll be okay, but I'm just grateful Queen called in because I love her voice and her energy.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's a beautiful person, and I'm glad I met her because I do feel that our past that I have with her, she's actually she's one of my, she's one of the free leader, but I felt like she was specific to me. So I do feel that she's like one of my favorites. That's why we have that connection. And I just want to thank you for me, and then thank you for telling me that I'm, that I, because there's times where, I'm sacred, but the fact that you said I'm worthy of the knowledge that I try to do the whatever broadcast I'm on, I appreciate what you said because that means a lot to me. That makes me know that I'm on the right path. So I just want to thank you for your insight and your input.
Oh, the same to you. The same to you. Namaste.
Namaste.
And we shall connect again in the future. It was a pleasure and my spirit. I'm smiling. I'm being. I am appreciative of the time shared and energy received. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen.
And you don't have to hang
Love
up
and
if you
light.
don't want to.
Yes, if you want to listen this way. If it's clear for you, it's cute.
That's amazing. I don't know what Christopher is thinking, but he's been quiet the whole time.
He's been a good boy. He's being respectful. He knows.
I know. He knows, but it's amazing when you can talk about stuff like this because when it comes to even witchcraft is always misinterpreted. But even with Wiccan, pagan, it's sad. It really is, because there's a lot of good healers out there. But I think one bad apple makes all the other bad apples look bad. But it's not really the case.
One bad apple can spoil the bunch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's even in the psychic field. That's in the paranormal field. So that's just everywhere. So, but yeah, that's just amazing that Queen just called, and I do feel that spirit was coming through, and that she needed to call. So that's amazing.
I was so glad she did, and she's like, "Oh, I thought I was just listening," but I was so glad that she sat there and spoke, because several things that she spoke upon like really touched me, because I'm like, man, I've been dealing with this stuff, not like, oh man, I have to deal with this. I actually saw these videos and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in that. The misconceptions of this and the real story about Marie Laveau and so on and so forth. And there's so many misconceptions and so many tales of lore and so on and so forth that people tell that ruin, like you said, that bad apple will spoil the whole bunch. And it just casts a dark light on something that really isn't that dark.
Yeah. And that's in everything.
The only reason why something is dark is people abuse it to manipulate people or work on necromancy. That's
or people don't fully understand it.
Yeah, and I, you know what? First of all, I'm glad you said that, because I think tonight, it's really, I don't know why, but I do feel that, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't see that me and Tessa, and on just even on any show that I'm on, I don't plan this stuff. We don't talk about, whatever. I think it's whatever, because I go with the flow, and that's why me and Tessa, we hit, and it makes the show interesting, because you never know, because every show's different, and tonight it feels more of, I feel like magic is going to be the major topic, and I would be surprised if we get other calls that are kind of relating to her, like people are having issues, they probably think it's voodoo and blah, blah, blah. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's calls that are people are saying, well, I'm having a lot of problems because my grandmother did this or my grandfather did this.
You family curses and such. Oh my, yes.
Oh my God.
I feel you there, big brother. But on that note, you guys, we do have to go to our first musical break. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. So on this break, we have Griff with Let Freedom Ring, which I really love this song. We also have Chico with Last Forever and Juice, and then Roy Washington with Subliminal. And Roy Washington, as you may know, if you're a new listener, you may not know, he is our musical host, and he shares all of our music with us for free. So instead of listening to commercials, we're jamming out. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical break.
Okay, yo, here's the scoop. You can still be a slave, yo, whip and loop. That's the truth. Got big houses, nice cars. That's real cute, but it doesn't mean nothing. You ain't free to choose. When I say free to choose, no alarm clock, don't gotta hit the snooze. The world is backwards, I'm so confused. They say freedom of speech, but when you speak your mind, they blow a fuse. Just being honest, common sense ain't common. It's kind of ironic. My freedom, I recently bought it. Now I'm a target. If I do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, come on, man. Let freedom ring. Yeah. United States become divided states. The world is filled with all kinds of shades, and still resegregate. Parents separate from the children, that's not okay. We should be free to laugh and play. Do it now, before you pass away. Fight for what's right, enough for everybody to get a piece of the pie. Brainwash, social media, full of lies. Go to work, pay bills, then you die. Need a breakaway, guns, get rid of the AKs. Our ancestors paved way since the slave days, but we still hurting. Carry that burden, stop playing victim, beat the system. Love is love, it should be shown. Can't grow unless you leave your comfort zone. This I know, I learned all this from the mentorship. Kids don't know what independent is. Take advantage what your parents did. Go against the grid, you have to. Like going to the bathroom, learn the right songs, cause of Matthew. Liberty like statue, they call now the present, cause it's a gift. It should be cherished, last name fearless, not Harris. All thanks to my parents' parents. Now, love the last name every time that I hear it, cause I know what it represents. Climb the fence, so now I got freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing. Freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing.
Last forever. Juice. Forget about juice. Big dreams, big money, back dreams, big money, back dreams, big money, back dreams, big money. Ate up. I think I got juice. I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? I think I'm the I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Juice. Can't make it, but for me. Drop the soda can, she got a crush on me. Little mama so in love with me. Even Todd look up to me. Little, but it never mattered. Got these haters pissed. I control their bladder, come across it. It's a chance to scatter. Henny on the house like a fucking ladder. See your main. Yes, I had to back her. She was being extra up and coming active. Beat it out the frame and let the glass shatter. Beat it out the frame and leave a flabbergasted. I think I got juice. I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? I think I'm the I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Fly guy catch flight. Well connected, high five. Johnny Gill, my bad chicks, my type. Pull up like Huggies, they mug. Pull up like Huggies, they love me. Pull up like Huggies, cause I'm the MC Hammer can't touch. Off that fifth hand like I slice a chicken, I was practicing. I'm a mathematician, call me Michael Bibbins. I'm a new addition, not a Buddhist. Don't wear true religion, yeah, I spit a lot. Like my tooth is missing and she gave me. Now her roof is missing, I'm the bomb, baby. Now the proof is ticking, be calm, baby. We in a new dimension. I think I got juice. I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? I think I'm the I think I'm the hitter. They say I'm the man. I say, how do you feel, girl? Turn up. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Don't let drip, don't let drip, don't let drip. Juice.
Yeah. Come on.
I see you, Roy Washington, man. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. They never say it in words, but in deeds wars declared. Justice is gone and the sight's none is spare. Especially the kingdom encased in melanin. But these suckers are weak, kings and queens will ride again. Come on. Slackers with badges, the white sheets and the maggots. Watch them fall as I tag them because I'm better than average. A sharpshooter with words with my eye to the scope. Can they escape when I've donned the black cape? Is hell no. I'm a ninja for right, who can vanish from sight. Pick you off in the night, but still the Lord is my light. Perceiving all you see, the truth behind the scenes. Instead of jumping bandwagons, the light says believe in me. Cause you're a puppet, no doubt. 45th turned you out. Though I saw your lips moving, no sound came out. So I was sent from the heavenlies, born so you could find me. Swam the scene and stream, took flight during the 90s. Landed in grace, wrote a verse of hip hop. Got with Jay and found the taste was smooth as butterscotch. We had hood love and money. Problems, they be on me, but we stayed in the flow. It had juice like Manolo.
They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. Cause after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel it, my vibes. Clean down inside and it's so subliminal. I got God on my side. raise the consciousness. For every face and race up in this nation trapped in poverty. Diamond in the rough, need to cut, shape it, and polish it. Bad thoughts cripple life, we can be an optimist. We can be an optimist, reconstruct apocalypse. Broke people always hating, mix me with that gossiping. Rose up in the concrete, rain and sun, I'm blossoming. My people need to be like kind of Velcro, then we conquer it. They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. I'm just after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel in my vibes. King down the side and it's so sentimental. I got God on my side, I ain't worried about none. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about none. Laughing at my enemies, I know they see me coming. If it ain't subliminal, they can't even see me coming.
The 45th is a joke, and he's weak in disgust. He plans to divide, but there's no stopping us. If we have to fight, go toe to toe for our lives, we prevail and got sight, cause only light I recite. I blow my lyrics like a shotgun, camouflaged inside the tracks. Now watch the suckers run. Now moving fast enough, hands up, now here I come. I designed 50 ways to make this murder fun. I spit the lyrical rain that coat the concrete, that give life and take form. Arise and walk the street. Am I the greatest to spit? Feel the spray and we'll see. Let it dry, all the lies and the truth will point to me. Even when surrounded by a million MCs, I'm the one under the sun who's the greatest of these. I got the Holy Ghost juking and tapping while I'm rapping. Sticking and moving like Roy Jones, I'll make it happen. Even animals move when the novelist is rocking. My doggy started barking, his ears just a flopping. Subliminally, I penetrate camps like an enemy. Flicking the lights, cancel sight, cause you're not seeing me.
They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. I'm just after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel in my vibes. Live a king down inside. And it's so subliminal. I got God on my side, I ain't worried about none. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about none. Laughing at my enemies, I know they see me coming. If it ain't subliminal, they can't even see me coming.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we are joined by the one and only Psychic Chris Garcia. We also have Chris Mighty Man Wayne Fisher on the line, as well as Brave Sir Robin, aka I don't even know what your new name is on there. It's so crazy. Mutant American, Ugly American. Welcome, guys, and thanks for hanging out. Welcome back.
And Sir Becky, you know what? You can tell and Amy Allen and Spiritual tell her that I love her. She's my love.
Oh, you're so gross.
I know it. Amy Allen, she's my sweetheart. I've always had a crush on her, and I still do. So, anyway.
She's very, very interesting and intriguing for sure.
I know. So hi, Sir Robin. So how can we help you? I don't know who was first. Was it
Chris was first? Christopher Wayne Fisher. He called in first. Chris is on first. Robin's on second.
Do you have a question for me, or were you just listening to the show? Do you have a question for me?
Both.
Okay. So what is it that you wanted to ask me?
Since I spoke to you while in this context, yesterday morning, I heard something of a different language that I didn't comprehend that woke me up. Can you tell me what happened?
Automatic voice message.
Oh, snap. Hold on.
1 5 7 1 8 5 not at the tone. Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to... Okay, so hopefully we're not being recorded as I'm doing the reading for Christopher, because we... Okay, so for Christopher, what you're saying about the full language, it seems like something that I can't describe. It's something that I can't even speak, to be honest with you. It's something that speaking. Okay, now they're making sense. They're telling me for you, Christopher, they're speaking in tongues. That's what they're doing. They're speaking in tongues for you. Now the thing is, if you want to talk to them, you need to ask them to interpret these messages that you're getting. Was this a vision that you had? Because in my head, I keep seeing a vision. Was it a vision that you had?
Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was this?
The previous, not this spirit box, but the one before, right afterwards, I had a vision of visiting one of my great-grandfathers. And I heard the word Philip and Philippe in 2 sessions in a row.
Okay, did you know of your grandfather? Did he smoke a pipe?
Yes.
Okay. I saw a pipe.
I know what.
I see a pipe, and I'm connecting to him. It's one of those old wood pipes where you put the stuff in it and you light it. Okay. Hold on. Okay, this is so strange. Why are they telling me this? Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Oh my God, this is crazy. Why do I keep seeing the 1500s with this? What you're asking with the language? This goes as far as the 1500s, and this goes to that place that we talked about, that building that you showed me a long time ago with the messages.
Yeah, that's in the south of France.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has a connection to that building.
Wow.
That's what I'm seeing. I don't remember. I remember you sent me those pictures, but that was a long time ago. But I'm seeing that there is a connection with that building. And it's funny when you said French, I heard French, so that's the same thing. So there might be some kind of other language that's almost like speaking in tongues. And it's funny because there we go again. I'm not saying that this could be doing with voodoo, but God, it's like something that women talk. Everything when it comes to Wiccan and pagan and all these other religions, they do speak in tongues. So I wouldn't be surprised if your ancestors would be speaking in a certain way to where they would speak to you, and they wouldn't want anybody else to knowledge of what they're saying.
And I just have to interrupt really quick and let the caller who just called in know, could you please put your mic on mute until we call your area code? And then once we call your area code, please unmute your mic. Gracias.
Because where the hell did you go? It kicked you out, and then I was like, where the hell
I know. I guess I was being bad or something, so I got the boot, but I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, continue. I don't want to interrupt.
No, but that's what I'm being told for you, Christopher. So does it make sense to you what I told you?
Yes, this is getting really, really interesting and very clear.
Well, I'm being told you're going to have... Okay, that's weird. They're telling me that your visions are going to be more... Oh, my God, it's like something doesn't want me to tell you. They're going to be profound. So, in other words, your visions are going to be so damn clear, you're going to feel like you're not even dreaming. They're going to feel so damn real that these visions that you're having, it's going back where you're going to see so clear, you're going to be able to see where you're at, where you're going, and the people that you see. You won't be able to see, you'll be able to see their faces so clear that you won't see blurriness in your vision. So, it's kind of like the best way to describe what you're seeing. They're telling me that you might go into a trance. So just be aware of that, okay? That's what I would say be considered shaman. And I'm being told that you might, I don't know if you have anybody that you can talk to, but I'm seeing a retreat. You might want to go to a retreat to get a past life regression reading done. Because this shit with you is getting deeper and deeper.
And I learned I can probably interact with living people too, from what I learned.
Yeah.
It's getting real. I've done that once before, and that was really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did a path regeneration?
No
Yeah,
regression.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Regression, not regeneration. Kind of same thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're regenerating those memories. You're regressing to that past. I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm allowing the memories to come forth.
So you did pay to do that once?
No.
Oh.
I think he would probably have to get as far as like his Aztec records to go to
Akashic?
Akashic records to see how far he goes. Because I'm being told that there's a possibility that you ran into God in one of these lifetimes. You actually came across him, and he actually healed you.
Oh my!
Wow.
So your ancestry goes far back, and I'm being told that even back in France, God went to go visit that area, which is kind of strange because he was always in Jerusalem.
That is correct if you study Gnosticism and the Holy Grail.
Wow.
Well, Christ even said if you're calling the Lord Jesus Christ God, that he was going to leave to visit his other flock. And so that means people in other places, not just the people of Jerusalem.
And there's been writings of that in the Gnostic faith and also Mormon faiths.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something, Christopher. Is there something that you've never... we haven't talked in a long time. Why do I keep seeing hidden treasure with you? Do you have a inheritance that you're not aware of?
Probably.
It feels like it. You know what I'm saying, right? Like you have an inheritance. And you know what's crazy? When I'm tapping into this, I'm being told buried.
Oh, snap.
So there's some inherent, and I'm actually seeing not just anything. I'm actually seeing gold, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's under France or under a building. But I'm seeing hidden treasures, and the thing is that I don't know anything about France, but I'm seeing a tunnel that leads to gold, and you're entitled to that gold.
Ooh.
I had visions of being in a cave and stuff like that, and the energy was so weird I had to get out of there.
Okay, well then that kind of validates what I just said. So
do you feel like it's where he's at right now, or do you feel like this is somewhere else where his lineage is?
Not here in PA.
Here.
I wasn't asking you, Mighty Man. I was asking the psychic. The one and only Psychic Chris Garcia.
No, but I was just told that it's not here, and it's not there in the PA. Because it's somewhere else. You know what is crazy?
Is it another PA, or is it, like, could you give us some sort of hint?
It's on the other side of the world, is what I'm seeing.
So the other PA?
Yeah, it goes...
Like Barry?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the planet. Yep. So you might want to do some research, because this is, I think the whole damn show has been just interesting, from Queen to you. So, it's getting very deep. Very
okay,
deep.
So I keep thinking Paris because of the French people that keep coming through, but is it Paris or is it other places? What are the other places that you know of, Chris, in your lineage? Mighty Man.
Mine or his?
Mighty Man.
Monaco is... And Marseille, that area, that's where most of my French ancestors are from.
That's exciting.
You have a connection with Paris, like Tessa said, very connection with Paris.
That'd be interesting. That would mean I have some royalty.
Because royalty goes back into that time, too. And you know what's crazy? When I hear that, they're telling me Roman time. And then
okay, let me ask this. I'm going to ask in your language. You ready?
I'm scared.
I might not understand it, but go ahead.
Shoot!
That's not the intent.
I gotta put both cuffs on my ears. Okay, let's go.
Okay, go ahead.
Que nome Casa Real de Bourbon?
Is this house real in somewhere?
I heard the house royal or something royal, and I'm being told yes.
Casa Real means a royal house of Bourbon.
Yes.
Bourbon.
I heard yes.
That's what it means in English.
That's what I heard.
Is this royal house of Bourbon real? Yes.
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Okay. Don't get me on my pronunciation right now, okay? This is not a time and place for that.
I know how to pronounce the Southern French dialect. That's why.
Hey, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to do something, Christopher. Does the house of gold mean anything to you? That's what they're telling me. The house of gold.
Oh.
That's it. That is the castle in Santa Reme, the main one in Paris.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's one of those tunnels. If it's built on a coast, I'm imagining one of those tunnels that go into a certain place where the tides rise and they go out. So sometimes you can get to the treasure and other times you can't. Or is it not?
There is actually a specific house, and that in that royal family, the house that's made of that looks like gold and mirrors is the old royal house of Bourbon in Saint Remy in Paris. That's at Versailles.
Wow.
Paris. I told you, the other PA. Oh.
Yeah, well, there's your validation test. Well, then, you know what? And I'm being told that if you... Oh, okay, now this is getting deep. If you look into it, I'm being told you're going to find a map, and it's going to guide you into... Okay, what the hell? Okay, hold on.
This is Marie Antoinette's last residence.
Okay, what I'm seeing with this tunnel, I'm seeing like bars of gold. I'm seeing like a hidden treasure and a one of those what do you call those things? Like the one that is that the pirates would carry when they have a place where they
stash.
No, it's not a stash. It's where they put it in a box. I forgot what you call that box.
Oh yes, a lockbox. What do they call those?
Back then they call them strong boxes.
Yeah, and then when I'm looking into it, I'm going further out, and I'm seeing statues that almost resemble. Okay, that's crazy. Now this is getting deeper.
It's like the Statue of Liberty, but not. No. Yes.
Oh no, this statues are getting almost look like. Oh my God, this is so weird. I'm seeing gold face, and they have this weird looking hat. I almost want to say Egypt.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I almost want to say Egypt, but maybe I know Queen is listening to me, but I can't describe it. Maybe.
It goes back to Anjou, the French House of Bourbon, Anjou and Bartholomew.
Well, I don't want to poo-poo on this parade, but we've almost been going 30 minutes on this, so if we can close it up, because I know we have Brave Sir Robin next, and then we have another caller that has called in as well, waiting for us, so... if we can cinch it up and get to the end of it. I want to talk forever about it because I'm super, super interested. But at the same time, we do have to close it up, and we can always follow up.
The after party.
Yep, follow up on the after party.
We can talk about it later. Just remind me.
So, any last notes? Last words?
I would say to do your research.
I will, and what's funny, Chris, you didn't even know about any of this, of my background.
I did not, because I haven't talked to you. But even though...
For the ghost box and stuff, we have the French coming through all the time, and that doesn't necessarily mean from France. It could be from French Canada. I want to say Canada, even though it's Canada. French Canada. I can't help it. I always say Canada. And other places of the world where they speak French. But I don't know why all the automatically went from, that is not the PA Pennsylvania, that's the PA Paris. And then we went to Monaco and other places and right back to Paris. So I'm excited about that. I love when stuff like that happens.
Definitely not the American dialect of French.
That's
No.
amazing.
Nay.
It's just
No.
okay. We have Sir Robin. I know.
Thank
Sir
you
Robin.
very much, Chris.
Thank you, Christopher. It was so good to talk to you.
On this later.
Thanks for all your ancient, historic excitement. It's always interesting to hear the different things that come through, whether it's on Ghost Box or through the psychic reading. It's pretty cool.
It came through really well this time. So, wow.
So Robin, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry about the... Okay, so what is it that you want? Sorry. What is it that I can help you?
Brave Sir Robin.
What is it that you...
What you can help me with is that... So where do you think I'll be going in... where do you see me going in August?
Okay, for some reason I see like a travel. But for some reason when I'm looking, I see the justice. I'm seeing the justice card. So there's something. Okay, what is that? Did you just see that?
What was it?
Did somebody just talk?
I just said Texas.
Oh no, I thought I was hearing EVP.
I heard some popping.
I know, that's what I heard. That's what I heard too. That's why I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that wasn't me. I said Texas. Texas? As a question, like, are you going to Texas?
No, but I heard something else. I heard some popping.
I
thought, what the hell is that?
That's
This
interesting.
is Robin.
I know. That's why I heard the popping, yeah. But I'm being told, will you be going?
3 clicks. I'm just kidding.
It's weird because when I'm looking into it, I'm seeing something rocky. I want to say like the Rocky Mountains.
Oh,
something
yeah.
rocky. I don't know what the Rocky Mountains is, but I'm just being told Rocky Mountains. I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, that's where I'm at, baby.
There is other areas that have the Rocky Mountains, but it's like I'm seeing
like Denver.
in an area where like it could be just some other parts of another state that you're going to be going to explore. And then, okay, I don't know why I'm getting this. Do you want to go to the Washington Monument, Robin?
We have a Washington Monument probably in Olympia somewhere.
He's talking about the Washington Monument on East Coast, so that's not it.
Yeah.
But don't they have a miniature version of that in Vegas or somewhere?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you going to Vegas, Mighty Man, Brave Sir Robin?
Oh, our friend's gone airplane to sometime.
What?
I would say, honestly, where I do see you going, I see you do traveling. But I would say just the only thing I could say due to everything going on is be smart and be safe. And I do see you going, but you're going to be going, it almost seems like in different areas out of the 50 states. You could be going to some states, but I'm seeing out of the 50 states. And it's crazy because I'm seeing areas where you're just going to be doing a lot of research and learning. That's what I see with you. I see a lot of learning.
Where do you want to go? Is there a place you want to go that you're hoping we say you go? Or, I don't know, I see it's either like Vegas or Hollywood or somewhere that's like that where there's like a Paracon or Comic-Con or something going on. I don't know why I keep picking up on those. Vegas, Texas, or California.
We were, my friends said we're planning to go into California or New York for a Comic-Con, but then I decided not to do that.
Yeah, I would say just go to an area where it's not filled up and there's not a lot of people.
Well, I would say where you don't have to be on an airplane for a long time. Like the most I had to be on one was for an hour and 45 minutes. And that for me was long enough. Even though I'm wearing my mask the whole time and everything, it's still frustrating because the air is recycled, so on and so forth. So if somebody is a carrier or whatever, it kind of freaks me out. Whether or not you have the vaccination, you still could get sick.
Yeah, and that's what I would say. If you can avoid like the flying, I would say try your best. And they're actually going to be first class if you can. Because they're more, and I can't know this is because I haven't flown in a long time since COVID. But they're telling me that and I don't know if this makes sense, but they're taking care of more of the first class than the people in the back. For some reason, maybe because it's close to the pilot. But yeah, I would say just keep trying to go first class if you can.
I feel lucky because when I went, I took a little puddle jumper, so at the most there's 8 people plus the 2 pilots on. So that's not a big number, That's actually less than 10. So I feel kind of safe doing that. If I had to be on one of those bigger ones, I think I'd be freaking out quite a bit. It's just so scary right now.
Like 2 or 3 masks if you're a bigger one.
Yeah, and that's crazy. But what I'm seeing with the power card, that you're going to a big place that we're probably not picking up for Robin. But I'm seeing, like I said, I'm seeing mountains, and it looks like a castle. That's what I'm seeing. It looks like a castle to me. And I'm not familiar with what places have castles. But
Coral Castle in Florida. Are you going to Florida?
Florida.
I haven't planned a trip there anytime soon.
Good, don't do it. That's too far away. No, but what I was seeing was you could be going to somewhere like a Comic-Con or some sort of convention in Washington or California or Texas, but I could see Vegas too. Vegas is my hard, third or fourth.
I'm going to a Comic-Con at the end of August.
Where?
It's a horror con.
Where?
It's a horror con in Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
By an airport.
Well, I would say just be very careful. And I think we're going to be doing a lot of learning and researching. And
did you see that? Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. Okay.
No, I was going to say, did you see that mask that I shared that was like the alien mask that looked like an alien attached to your face? Like you could actually wear a regular mask under that and then wear that on top of it and totally be covered for the horror con, because that is horrific.
Yeah, especially that, horror cons, or any a big event, you just got to really mask up. But yeah, I would say just to go to the places. And you know what? I'm not really familiar with California, but I keep seeing mountains. So it might have like Hollywood, because I keep seeing Hollywood signs. So you thinking about that, you might go to Hollywood too.
When you see it in your head, Chris, does it look corroded? Because in my head it does. Even though it doesn't look like that in real life, to me it looks like, I don't know, maybe future corroded and decayed and falling apart. It just is so weird to me.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Even though I'm looking at it, but it looks like it's falling apart. So it's either because of heat or the color, it's losing its color, is what I'm seeing. And the thing is that they haven't really taken care of that sign. So I would be surprised if it breaks apart due to the heat, because after a while, it does get rusty and it can break. Yeah. So I think that if you're seeing that, Tessa, then that means that they're not taking care of it. Or basically what I was told is that they don't give a shit. That's exactly what I just heard.
Well, yeah, everybody's waiting to see which direction we're all going to go, and it's hard to put any energy into anything as far as the future goes, unless it's you and your personal self or your personal business, but otherwise it's just hard to see a very sustainable future, for me, at least.
Yeah, I mean, for me, everybody tells me that they see me traveling, and I'm like thinking to myself, even if I did or did not get the vaccine, it's still dangerous if you're even fully vaccinated. To me, it's hard, because I know that they're still having a Paracon. I think it's in New Jersey, and it's September. I would love to go, but it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of like skeptical about flying. It's not to get there. Driving, you get there maybe in like 2-3 days. Yeah, it's scary. It really is. That's why for the people that are in the different states, they're lucky because they don't have to go because they're already there, But But for Robin, I would say just to be careful where you go. If you go to Washington, I would say just be very careful. And I do see that you're going to do a lot of research and a lot of learning in the process.
Robin, as you spoke to us before about your health concerns, you're considered high risk. So I would wear.
Right now, I consider everyone high risk.
I mean, specifically.
Even if you're young or old, or you have a pre-exposed condition, or you have anything like that, you're still high risk because this Delta variant is out there, and this Delta variant will kick your motherfucking ass.
Well, I mean, if you have a neurological disorder, you're higher than the normal population.
It's kind of out the window right now. Like, not just those people, but people that are perfectly healthy and work out every day and everything are succumbing to this.
Yeah, you can be as healthy as a horse, and it will knock you down. It can actually kill you. Because, I mean, it's not so bad that
whether or not you have the vaccination is still happening to people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get a booster as soon as they offer it.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's not so bad that I think that, you know what I feel? I remember somebody was asking me the other day, I don't know if it was a reading I was doing, but people had asked me, what do you think about this in the spiritual aspect? Has it helped, like, the spiritual workers or root workers in a way? When it comes to doing shows on video, yes, it has. But when it comes to, like, physically going to a location that you want to go and meet people or people that you want to interact with, that's the downfall. That's the only thing that I can say that it is scary, you know, because we all want to, because for me, I'm a hugger. So
me too. And people were getting pissed off about, I think it was the guy who was from the Department of Defense, gets off the airplane. First person he sees, he fist bumps. People salute him, then fist bump him, salute, fist bump, whatever. And there was this one guy that is saying, this is so deplorable and degrading, and I can't believe that this sort of thing is happening. Well, according to the very first guy that's in the line, he was up to par as far as what the routine was with this person, and he was so happy to do it. And to me, the fist bump is not as weird as the fucking elbow bump. I gotta say. The elbow bump really freaks me out. I can fist bump, I can shake hands, I can hug, whatever, but elbow bump, I don't know, that's kind of weird to me.
It may be weird, but it's preferable to ask what they want, though. It's just considered polite.
Yeah.
When I do that, when I meet people, I do the fist. That's what a lot of people do, the fisting.
It's the safest, because you're not touching palms or fingers or whatever. You're bumping a fist.
So, but yeah, it's done so damn bad. It really is scary. So, like I said to Robin, I don't know what your health wise is, but I would say mandatory, be mandatory, and just mask up wherever you go, and be smart.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know that so you have this convention I'm going to, that you have to be it's a fully vaccinated one. Not only that, you also have to bring proof that you're fully vaccinated. You have to have your vaccination card with you.
Wow. That's insane.
So this is a communist party thing? I'm just kidding.
It's not political. They feel it would be safer if they... Because once you have unvaccinated people with vaccinated, it's a good way for it to mutate and spread, make it even worse.
Yeah. And you know what I say? I mean, I do this, but people ask me, do you go to the public restroom? Nope. I don't go to Walmart to a public restroom. I don't do that. I mean, if I got to go do number one, I'll do it. But if it's number two, nope, I'm not going. Because you don't know how sanitizing that shit is. And people are like, do you do that? You know, for the girls, they got to sit down. But for us guys...
Well, you know what? They have those little nappy thingies that you put on the toilet. No, don't break the middle hole open or nothing. Just put that on your lid. unless you're going to go doo-doo or something. You don't want that touching your butthole. So punch a little hole through the middle if you want to, if you're going to go doo-doo. But if you have to go pee in a public place, which after you've had like 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, however many kids, when you gotta go, or else you're gonna piss yourself. So use those little sanitizing like toilet nappies, lay it on there. If you gotta pee, don't worry about punching the hole through, because your pee will do that. But if you're gonna go doo-doo, you might want to pre-punch the hole before you put it down there. Yeah.
That could be up when you said doo-doo.
Yeah, doo-doo. If you gotta go doo-doo or number 2 too.
You know what I gotta say? I'm gonna say like this
in public restrooms. I don't like using. I only go number 1. I don't use the toilets in there for number 2.
Yeah. Both my kids have that same weird phobia too. Hey, Dad, I gotta go shit. Can you come pick me up from school? And I'm like, are you seriously gonna go pick them up? Make them deal with it and get them over the fear of going to the bathroom in the public restroom. It's not that bad. I'm still alive. I did it all of my life throughout school. What is your problem? Oy.
Oh my God!
All these phobias coming up, and being afraid to go doo doo.
I bet you she's like, oh my God, she's catching up, and whoever else is listening to the show. But yeah, it really is scary, because I mean, even just even wiping your hands, because I wash my hands, sanitize them, and everywhere I go, and that's fine. But it's gotten so bad. So, but hopefully, so Robin, you got the answer that you wanted, and I was supposed to tell you. Please be careful. Please be careful wherever you're going, because it really is scary. And if you haven't you're vaccinated and you want to go to this event, then I'm going to tell you right now, I don't see you going anywhere unless if you getting your vaccination. Because if you're not going to get it, then I don't see you going there, because they're not going to let you in, because they're going to want that that paper or whatever people that get vaccinated, they're going to want you to prove it. And unless if you tell them, well, doing the social distancing, but they're still not going to give a shit. They're going to be like, no, sir, we can't let you go in.
Sorry, sir. You don't have your papers.
I have my vaccination on my chart, and also a vaccination card.
Well, but for Robin, just be careful if you go. But I do see if you get the vaccination and if it's required, I would recommend getting it.
I'm pretty sure he already has it, because he's got different things going on in his life, whatever. But even if you are vaccinated and you go out to these different places or different venues, like my husband is not vaccinated, and he's like, hey, guess what? They said we don't have to wear a mask anymore. And I'm like, that's if you're vaccinated, and now they're taking it back. They're like, no, now you have to wear your mask again. But he's always been an anti-masker, even with his...
I wore one anyway.
Yeah, that's what I would too.
I do all the time, because I work too hard during the school year not to. Like, I've worked too hard, lost too much of my time not to fucking wear a mask, to just fuck it up being around one certain person. Yes, it doesn't protect from everything, but it protects from a lot of things, I feel. I don't know, common sense, people, use it.
Yep.
And with the mask, it actually quelled the standard flu outbreak last winter. It actually cut it down in half.
Yeah, it was virtually non-existent.
Chris.
Oh yeah, but hopefully it makes sense for Robin. Do you have any other questions?
I wanted to ask.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. So, there was this one movie that wanted me to become a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that eventually be end up making films in the future?
That'd be awesome.
As of right now, I mean, not anytime soon, but I can see you doing that. They're telling me yes in the future. I want to say, if anything, if it depending on if you have connections, I would say within the next, I'm saying 2 years. But it could be sooner than that. It could be within a year, depending on how everything is different within this year. Next year, if everything's better, I can see you doing it by the middle of the year. but not, I say the maximum estimate is 2 years for that one. All right. 2 years. All right?
Well, and it's amazing, too, because even with cell phones, like, my cell phone does 4K. I can only film for so long before it gets so hot. It's like, your phone is really hot. You can't even use flash right now. I'm like, that's cool, because I wasn't trying to use flash. But the 4K really, I guess it absorbs a lot of battery or whatever. It really makes it hot. But if you can get a good camera or anything like that to do these videos, even like your everyday life, like you can do a bio, you can do so many different things, or even haunted stories. I don't know what you're looking at, but I can see you doing it, because anybody today can be a filmmaker. Yeah. And guess what? Mr. Quentin Tarantino is going to make one more film, and then he's out the door. So we need another Quentin coming in.
Yeah,
my phone gets hot easily.
Yeah, mine too.
You know what I was going to say? You know how you can do it and you don't have to go nowhere? Simple. YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I can see you doing that with YouTube. Yep. So but I'm doing pretty good. So
YouTube and all these live video platforms are socially distant and everything else. So you can do it right from your own home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I needed.
Well, it's so good to hear from you, brave Sir Robin.
All right. Thanks. Good night.
How's your haunting stuff going? Has that tapered down or what?
It's going good.
Has it tapered down? Or are you just getting used to it?
I'm getting used to it.
Okay. Yeah, just don't let them bug you and don't let them feed off you. Once they start leeching, you gotta evict them.
Okay.
All right. Love you, brave Sir Robin.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Chris.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
All right. So I want to bring in the next caller.
Advice, Jessica.
Oh, thank you.
Just be smart, play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, use your common sense. Don't put yourself, like, sometimes you have to go over the border, like, you have to take chances or risks or whatnot, but don't go too overboard, you know what I mean? And it's really easy to do that, and there's people out there talking some pretty good shit right now saying, oh, I can make you a movie maker, and I'll give you this much money. All you have to do is this and this and that, and send us money to make this film. Once somebody asks you to send them money to make a film, that's when you gotta kibosh it. Like, cut it off, because if they're looking at your artistic values and everything else like that, and then they're asking for money on top of it, it's a scam. And I get scams all the time just living my everyday life. Not even going off of that, you know? So it's just, it's a really hard time right now. There's so many scammers out there from Nigeria and beyond, and it's really scary. And we should not have to be going through that. Misinformed in motion. Hello, everyone. I wonder if that's Mooney.
When it comes to travel, a place that we were speaking of now has a higher vax rate than the U.S.
Yeah. I don't even know who do we have on the line. It shows +2.
Yeah, we have another one on the line, and like I said, I want to go to them, but at the same time I don't, because we have this next music break, and it makes me feel terrible. But if they're okay with that, we can do that. If they want to be introduced before we go to break, we can do that. It's just really up to them. Let me look at who we got. I think it's a 625 area code, if I remember correctly, but let me check.
I don't know what Queen is. I don't even remember the area code. She hung up.
Well, yeah, we could have lost someone while we were doing this, and my whole screen is like really weird compared to what it usually is. So it says 2 of 4 in the call.
625 is Nashville, Tennessee area.
And that's who you see? Because I can't see anyone in this room right now.
I typed up the area code, looked up.
Well, how about we do this? Let's go to our second musical break. So on this break, we're going to have Griff with Best Life, Chico with They Be On Me, Fluid with I Love It, and Griff again with Zoo. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical break.
I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Where you from? Who you with? Are you a blood? Are you equipped? I do my thing, stay legit. In this world, no one's innocent. VIP, get bottles. One snap of my fingertips. See these haters like blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Talking gibberish. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Rolling and rolling and rolling SUV. Rolling and rolling and rolling with my homies. Rolling and rolling and rolling SUV. Rolling and rolling and rolling with my homies. I'm going to live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm going to live my best life. Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? I'm going to live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm going to live my best life. Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right.
Hit the club, got chose like it's nothing. Mathematician when it come to getting numbers. I'm screaming, one, I feel like money, why? Cause they be on me, 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 why? They be on me, 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 why? I'm like, look up in the sky, that's a bird, no, that's a plane. Chico just that fly, so make it splurge and make it rain. I keep that Scrabble mind, I got words and I got game. And she like circle goggle, she got curves and she got frame. And if my Murata, I'ma swerve all in her lane. She give me gobble gobble, she superb with that good brain. Now baby, bout that action, make them bird drive me insane. I'm a jigger, low in action, mama purchase this good thing. And fire y'all employees, you dealing with a boss. And kick it with a player, I got juice and I got sauce. You messing with them losers, I feel sorry for your loss. I'm all
the way though, because
they be on me, they be rear, I see her. I see me in them panties, I see mirror, I see mirror. Fly guy, baby, you messing with a pilot. King of the ship, you messing with a pirate. Ding dong bitch, make her open, then I'm out it. I'm getting all in that belly, turned her into a Audi. GQ, so you know this player's done. Hit the club, got chose like it's none. Mathematician when it come to getting numbers. I'm screaming, one, I feel like money, why? Cause they be on me, 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 why? They be on me, they be on me, they
I love it, I love it. Keep an extendo in my right hand, big band in my left hand. I'm ballin', making buckets back to back like I was Stefan. Better yet, I'm Dale Jackson, so don't treat me like the next man. And I'm kind of a real big deal, so don't be out here second guessing. Anyway, I make my pay and live this California lifestyle. Sunshine, loud packs, and chicks that love to get wild. That's how we do it every day. Slipping, sliding through the traffic on a mission for the day. Clearing marks about my way. Really got no time for y'all today. And all the craziness y'all talk, but never get your story straight. See me out here living great. I don't give a about all that hate. And when it comes to kicking game, I give you all that you can take. Trying to do it big, got no complaints. Every morning eating steak. And say I'm wrong for showing out, but I'ma do it anyway. Plus and thing ain't nothing, bitch, cause I can do it any day. And it don't matter where I go, I always represent the yay. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. See me, I'm out here getting it and loving how I live. Best believe if I do something, I'm a stupid, do it big. And this hustling is my gig, so don't you ask me what I stand for. Stacking while I'm macking, trying to earn myself a couple Lambos. Yeah, you know them toys for them big boys. Emperor of sorts and all you other players decoys. Meaning you're not the real deal. Keep an appetite for dollars that I never miss a meal. All you suckers need to chill. I'm just trying to stack a meal and pull the baddest bras around and love shorty sex appeal. Little bit of Netflix, then we chill. Lose them clothes, keep on them heels. Working like a 9 to 5 and go right back to chasing skrill. I bring that real, never that phony. BS, y'all be stressing, put it down just like an OG. Perform these cookies, take flight. Some of y'all just out here acting, I'm a boss in real life. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Keep it more 100 than a C note. Hall of Fame spitting, representing with these pimp quotes. Don't try to front, you know this shit's dope. Question is, will I ever fail? My answer is no. I make this hustling look amazing. Put it down, doper than a blunt of purple hazing. Spicy on the mic, I bring the fire like a Cajun. Scoville's making haters sweat when I be blazing. Leaning to the side, haters everywhere. Yeah, I hear them talking, but they simply wasting air. Can't understand the reason that they stay in my affairs, but I'm major with my movements, getting money everywhere. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. And I love it, and I love it, with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now.
Know that you're mad, but you can't read. Know that you're mad, but you can't read. Know that you're mad, but you can't leave.
You can't leave.
You're right where you wanna be. That is right here with me. You're right where you wanna be.
Right with me.
You can be anything you want. If that's what you really want. You can be anything you want. All I want you to do right now is leave it soon.
All I wanna do.
All I want you to do right now is leave it soon. For good, I'm wasting time. Not trying to lose my mind. Know that I am wasting time. Not trying to lose my mind. If you want to place. Go back to my place where I know it's safe. And lock myself in my room. Won't watch the news, cause it is a so confused. What can I do if I lose you? All I want you to do right now is leave it soon. All I wanna do. All I want you to do right now is leave it soon. Okay. She was a loompa, now her body super duper. Getting a lot of attention she was never used to. Hitting me up like I was Uber. Got a few miles, so I guess she's a cougar. Real winner, never seen her with a loser. Gorilla talk, ooga booga booga. Scuba, tuba, diver, I'm a rider. Getting cider, sweet like cider. Fighter, rider. Neither wants to get it going. Know it, hold it. Fold it, blow it, wait I'm joking. Cages broken from these beasts. From down east, on the streets, it's a zoo. All I want you to do right now is leave it soon. All I wanna do. All I want you to do right now is leave it soon for good.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia, and we also have Joan of the Angels on the line. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. Joan of Angels?
Joan of Angels. Awesome. Yay! I finally got you in. Like, you were the first caller, and now, like, you're near the end. I'm so sorry.
Timing, love.
Yes.
Honestly.
Everything happens for a reason.
And so are you.
So what is it? Do you have a question for me, Joan, or do you want me to tell you what comes through for you?
No, I'm going to let you do your download.
Okay. Well, that's what we call it with you. You call it your download. Okay, that's different. Download of information. I'm like a tin man. Oh, anyway. Okay, so right now,
I could ask a question.
Okay, right
but
now,
it was
I was going to tell you that I was picking up inheritance. We're getting inheritance stuff, and that you're helping a lot of people. The other thing that came out very interesting to me was I kept seeing the hangman card. So what I'm being told that you, how can I put it? You need to try to do out of your comfort zone in a way. I'm not saying that you, because I know that you're real good at what you do, but some things are telling me that you have to get out of the comfort zone and help other type of people. And then also they're telling me to keep a distance from your enemy. You do have enemies around you, and don't let them out and scare you. Okay. And then I see somebody that's either art, or I'm seeing like a person that's very right, but I see somebody else that draw their spirit, like they draw like you draw your angel. I'm being told that you're going to find a person that's a very artist, and they draw. And I want to say that they're connected to all the archangels, and also they're connected to elders. I'm being told that you're going to connect with this person that you're going to be talking to that is an elder, is an old soul. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I see with you. I'm seeing like almost like an elder for some reason. I don't know why. But that very, very strong. So that's what I'm seeing.
Wow. So, Chris, today when I came home, there was a dead bird in my swimming pool.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. So then that means, okay, by any chance, was it like a black crow? Because I'm thinking it's black.
It wasn't a black crow. It was like a little robin or something. And it was stuck there with little feet. It was very sad. I pulled it out of the pool. But then I did look up a dead bird, and it was like being stuck, not being able to go to the next level. Mm-hmm. But it seemed more ominous to me, a dead bird pool.
Well, it does, but I feel like it was just trying to get a drink, and it accidentally fell in, and it couldn't get out.
I think what I see.
But I've lived 6 years, and that's never happened, and there's tons of birds here.
I know, but it's like major droughts and all kinds of stuff. But still, I'm not discounting that it could be an omen. But that's just what I feel. I feel like it was going to get a drink and it accidentally slipped in and couldn't get out because it was too weak due to the droughts everywhere and lack of food and sustenance and things like that. It was so thirsty. It went to get a drink and that was its demise. The ones that fly in. The ones that fly into your windows and stuff, like right where you're sitting or whatever, like those are the ones that really freak me out.
I had that happen a month ago.
Oh, wow.
That what I see with that.
But I was on the phone with someone who I realized was very, very dark, and I was kind of counseling her, and she kept getting darker and darker, and I kept getting sicker, and suddenly that bird hit the window.
I think I was telling you to cut ties.
Yeah, that's...
I haven't spoken to her since. I wonder if this is the person that you were picking up.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. That's what I was told to tell you, is that for some reason, when you said it was like, I kept saying there was a crow, or I kept picking up with the name Robin or Rob. So there is someone with that name when that bird died. So I'm being told that whoever you were talking to has a connection with that name I just said. So what they're doing is they're sending you bad. Okay, they're telling me they're sending you bad juju.
I know 2 robins.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so that's a validation, and of course
one of them has my artwork and didn't pay, and I'm thinking I have to go and get the artwork.
Yeah, get it back. Gotta take back the power, because that's what she's trying to do, or he. I think she, but he is trying to do.
But I was thinking about going over there today. I will go tomorrow.
Don't go alone, please. Don't go alone.
Yeah, I would say this will be called, because you know what? It's weird, because when I look at the hangman part, I see like a trap. Some kind of trap.
Yeah, don't go alone.
They're doing, and it's crazy because you know what I keep seeing in my head? Psychic vampire.
Oh,
that's what I got. Psychic vampire.
Well, isn't that funny? She just started painting, and now she's selling her own art. And she had told me she wanted to give me back the piece anyway because she couldn't
I knew it was a she.
Wow.
It is a she. She's a really great artist, and she's been in a... This is really... Okay, no wonder I had to call you.
I think she has artistic ability, but just like us with psychic abilities and such, like we doubt it at times, or we rethink it or whatnot. Like she's doubting it, so she bought but didn't pay for. She got your piece of artwork, and I think, like you said, energy vampire, drawing off of that painting, trying to get some sort of muse or energy for her painting. Oh my goodness, it's getting...
This is even crazier than...
I'm telling you, the whole show has been crazy. That's what I said. And didn't I say when Queen was
She's
calling.
had it for 4 years.
Didn't I say when Queen
Oh
was
my
in the line,
goodness.
that it was
4
gonna be
years.
magical?
That's a long time. Have you lost your artistic
Yeah.
integrity as far as like painting and stuff during the last 4 years? Have you done a lot, or has she like sucked that from you?
Okay, this is even more crazy. I have virtually all those magnificent paintings I did. I very rarely paint now.
Oh my gosh.
Granted, I'm focused on my paintings and getting out my other work, but I feel like sometimes my creativity has been taken or gone.
Yeah, sapped. She's sucking it.
Yeah.
You got to get that back, but don't go alone. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
It's okay. What I would say is that I would say to take somebody with you. And this is an old movie trick or a trick that you can do. Or is this magical? I would say put some daily chain, put some kind of protection or anoint yourself there. Because I just know that she's sucking energy. And it's crazy that Tessa said that, because when I see her, I'm seeing that she is gifted, but she's abusing her gift. She's abusing.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Abusing her gift, and I get like almost like psychometry. Like I could see her touching the pictures and closing her eyes and sucking the energy, and that's in my head. And
well, in my mind, I see her like sitting with her stencil and her canvas or whatever, and she's got her painting like right behind her, like kind of just feeding her energy through her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of different things she's doing, but that's what I see in my mind is she's in her studio, she's sitting there trying to paint a canvas, and your painting is on another easel right behind her.
And you know what?
Interesting. It could be.
But you know what I see, Tess, when you say that? She used her picture to motivate her because she was not a good drawer. All of a sudden,
drew the energy from that painting. Do you know how much energy it takes to make a painting or to make a work of art? Like, it takes a ton of energy. She's just taking it.
Yeah, and it's almost like she sucks her energy out of you, and it's crazy because when I see this, I see that right after she got the picture, you were sick that same night.
It's a part of her. She's drawing from that painting through her, taking her artistic energy. She hasn't been painting, but this other girl has.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so tomorrow I will get out the paintings that she hasn't paid for.
Well,
She did pay for some of them.
Well,
but when I tell you, Chris, the paintings she took were my original Earth Messenger series, and they're like 3 feet by 4 feet. They're big. They're like Master, Yeshua, Abraham, just all of these ancient masters.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
There's 5 of them. So I'm going to take back the one she hasn't paid for, and I need to do something to
either you could take
in the art.
You could either take a friend with you or call the police for like an escort to go retrieve your belongings that you gave her for payment. She never paid you for it, so now you have to go retrieve it. That is the best way because they are a legal force. But if you have a friend, somebody with you to witness this, or you even film it while you're doing it, you're good, except for if something happens during the course and you're just filming it, I don't know. I don't trust this person, really. This person seems really timid and really honest and whatever, but I think there's a really big darker side going on, and that's why it's hard for them to draw from the light to make these artistic expressions. Now they have to draw from your paintings, and that to me is weird and crazy and insane and kind of intriguing. I'm just like, wow.
You know what I see with that too? Is that when she used the drawing, I see her, like you said, like I'm seeing her touch it, and I guarantee you, Jody, I'm going to tell you what's so crazy. After you get that, and she pays you for the pictures that she did not pay you, she did not want to exchange. She didn't want to pay. She wanted it for free, and I'm going to tell you why.
I know.
Because when you pay for something,
because that's a sacrifice.
You're exchanging energy, and that's what she didn't want. So when you get the picture back, be surprised. She might not have the energy to draw after you get it back. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you have blown my mind, both of you. Holy moly. This was not at all what I was expecting. And you nailed it, Chris. Wow.
Well, you needed to call.
And that's what I was saying about the whole, like, she's got the painting. I thought it was just a painting, but she's got multiple. And I did see a blur of pictures around her. It's like a circle. But I saw the other ones blurred. But there's one in specific that is like the major one that she has right behind her for her, like, major power source. But it's a sacrifice because you sacrifice that financial or artistic or whatever energy or gain that you had to her, thinking she's willing to pay for it, and then she never does. So that is a different form of sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice of a actual life, but it's like artistic life. You know what I mean? It is a totally different life form.
It's a life force.
It's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah.
The art, well, because the art are living vibrational masters.
Uh-huh. And it absorbs your energy.
Powerful paintings are in her living room.
Wow. It's all around her.
Wow.
She's got a circle around her, and she's drawing from that. So you do need to take that back. But you have to have somebody with you, because if you do that, you're taking her power, and she could kill you over it. I don't want to say that, but that's what I've been feeling. You can't go alone. Even if you film it, you're still not safe, because you do have a record. But who's to say she's not going to kill you and take that and throw it away? You need to take an officer or a friend or two with you to escort you. But call the police and say she's got your goods, she hasn't paid.
I would say just to be very careful.
It's always the quiet ones that are very, very scary, sister.
Yep, very, very quiet.
Anything. Okay. Huh.
Do not go alone. And that's the main thing I picked up. Do not go alone.
Yeah, just be careful and don't take this lightly, like she cannot attack you because she's already doing it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to check in with you in a couple of weeks, Chris, to see make sure my energy is clear. Because I'm in the middle of a major launch in my life, the thing I've been waiting for my entire life.
I'm so excited.
I don't want this on me.
Okay. Well, then check up on me and you got my number. And if you don't, I'll message you my number a little bit on Messenger. So if you want to call me, and then you can call Tessa. Does validation.
All right. Well.
And definitely, it was wonderful to meet you, Joan of Angels. And definitely, like, once you said that, like, everything is building up for you. You're getting to a really good stasis. Things are awesome. It's good to take this out before it takes you out. So, definitely, yeah. Call the po-po, make a report, have the police escort you, or have two good, honest friends escort you to go get your stuff back, because you don't need her to do anything to take your legs out from under you. You're so strong, and I'm so proud of you, and I would love to see your artwork.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I have beautiful artwork. That's one way I met Chris. I think I sent him. Oh, you know what? I sent him a painting. I think that's one of the ones she has, Chris.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm you can look up Joan of Angels, or Chris has my number.
Okay, I'll look it up right now.
Just Joan of Angels.
Okay.
Well,
thank you so much, sister.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. You have no idea. I was freaked out by the bird. Like, honestly, Chris and Catherine, thank you so much. Have a blessed night.
Oh, thank you. And don't worry about the bird in the pool. Like I said again, I don't think that was a bad omen. I think that was just a bird trying to get water, because there has been drought. All the food and water and everything has been depleted. And I think it was in a weakened state. Otherwise, it could have just flopped right out of that pool, but it couldn't because it was too weak. Had it flown into your window or done something else, and then you had that thing before, that's different. That's more violent. That is like more of a, you need to listen to this, and you did get that message before. I think this was just a coincidental accident, and it's really sad. Like, I try to save all little creatures because life is precious, but Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for you in this new endeavor. Just make sure you take the power from her before she takes your feet out from under you. I just feel like that could happen.
Wonderful. I'm really grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Joan of Angels.
Both of you. All right. Okay.
Nighty night, love and light.
Night.
Yes.
All right.
Mwah.
Love and light.
That was amazing. I'm telling you, this show has been
epic.
It's been just amazing. Whoa. I'm actually speechless. Oh my goodness, this is just amazing.
We could take a moment and breathe. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth.
Right.
But yeah, my phone service. Oh my gosh, still trying to look this up. Joan of Angels. But yeah, it's been intriguing, like different power sources switching, different portals opening. A lot of it to do with the Sirius star realm, which I am so at home with. Every time I look at the stars, the major place I do look at is Sirius, even though I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know, I'm just really attracted to it.
Yeah, and it's just amazing that, we've connected to so many callers, as always. But tonight, I feel like it's just, it's breathtaking. It really is, and it's beautiful that, that there's so many beautiful callers from friends of mine to people that, just listening in the chat. And like I say, I don't plan anything. I just go with the flow. Tessa does the same thing, and that's what makes it, a good show. It makes it the best show. So, Tessa, we work together.
We just fly by the seat of our pants and hold hands, and everything works out. We're all good. I hate the whole planning thing, the whole planning process. When I first started doing this show, I used to make notes and write questions, so on and so forth. But I just like to start from the beginning and go to the end, and I think writing questions and planning it out really deprives it from what it's meant to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It deprives it of the energy that is supposed to be instead of what is planned, because you never know what is needed.
Yeah.
I'm probably just crazy.
And it's crazy because there's people that ask me, do you mind if I ask you this, or do you mind if I ask you that? And to me, it's like, I don't mind. But I just let it go. And it's just amazing the callers and the energy and everything that we're tapping into. And then Christopher's reading was very long, but it was amazing. It was just tremendous.
And we actually figured out some new stuff. Because, we've been over this repeatedly, and it's like, oh my gosh. A lot of people get overwhelmed, and they're like, won't you just let it go? No, there's something else there. That's when you keep digging. There's something else there, and there's something meant to find. And I think we found it. There's a treasure! Not only the genealogical treasure as far as finding people related to you, which to me is the most precious treasure. But now he's got a line on this tunnel to some golden treasure, and I picked up on it right away. It's not the Pennsylvania PA, it's the Paris PA. And then we went to, what are the ones that started with the M? Oh my gosh.
Anywho, I forgot what we said.
Yeah, two M's. There was two M's over there on, I think the east side, on the west side, over on the east side, we got this going on. Oh my gosh.
That was amazing, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing a lot of research, but
I want to rent a metal detector and go over there.
He's going to be like, we'll go with him and say beep, 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 beep. Oh, like, okay,
yeah, we'll start with the dowsing rods, because metal detectors are pretty hardcore heavy, After you swing them around for a bit, you got to drink lots of water and ingest lots of protein. But, that would be awesome to find an ancient treasure. I've known so many people that have lived and devoted their whole lives to finding treasure, and they just got on the cusp of it before, bloop, they're gone. Maybe in the next life they'll find it. Maybe by then it'll be gone. But it'd be so awesome for him not only to find his family, being that he had not his family in the first place. He was adopted out or put into the foster care. And then later on in life found his real family. And then found all this other lineage, which he was blown away by, you can tell. Like we all are. But it's pretty insane and interesting. It's just kind of like a fairy tale in a sense.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's always treasure in this lifetime. There's treasure even under the ocean that nobody can get to because it's miles and miles away. And you can get to tanks and you still can't get access to it because you can die. Because, but like exactly like I'll give you an example. The lost city of Atlantis. We know there's skulls down there too, but there's also probably metal plates. There's probably gold that no one can get access to it because it's way too deep that we don't have, I don't even know if it's the right word, technology.
Yeah. Or it could be in a hole where, it's covered for most of the day, then the tide goes out, then you can get to it, but once it comes back in, you could fucking drown. You could lose your life over this. But we do have a question in the chat room. I don't know if this person tried to call and they couldn't get through. I think I did get a call that didn't come through, so it could have been them, but Misinformed in Motion asked, well, at first they said, I had a small bird fly into my house in March and my tenants moved out a few weeks suddenly without warning. However, it took a lot of work to get the place in order and I am looking forward to moving to another level. That's interesting. Moving on up. Keep moving up. It's interesting to move levels because you get so much different, not only information, but energy off of each level. But I think moving up would be good at this point. What do you get?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say just keep elevating and work your way up and do some research. And I've been told with that bird flying inside and then them moving out, that's just saying that we're going to leave and find something else better, and it gives you opportunities to maybe just.
Oh my gosh! You totally got it.
I got chills.
Yeah, the bird flying in, that means you're moving up. Yeah, move up. Oh my gosh. I didn't even pick on that. I did in a sense, but not the way you did. That's cool. We're good partners.
You know what, Tess, I'm off camera, but I'm giving you a high five.
High five!
I think tonight's been just really amazing. You know what I say? I'm glad that we actually rescheduled and got the date. And moved it because look how good it came out. Met two friends of mine. Their energies were amazing. Everybody that we helped is just, it's like you meet more people, and that only tells you one thing: you're reaching out to a lot of people, Tess, and you keep going up higher and higher, and don't let anyone say that you won't reach to your potential because you will. You've grown. You've been through a lot.
You too. Everything that you say to me, reflect that back onto you. I'm rubber glue. What you say to me, because it's the truth. It's the God's honest truth. You're doing a good thing. You're helping people. Oh my gosh, why did this just jump up? But anyways, like, anything you're thinking about me, sending to me, put that back onto you because that's exactly what is true. Like, in my heart, in my mind about you, you're doing an awesome thing. You're doing very good. And I've told this to you for a long time. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let your haters be your motivators and just keep on trucking. I know it gets really tiring sometimes. I go through spouts too, but we're doing it.
Yeah. I know. And you know what's crazy is that, I think last year from this year, very, very interesting. I love to like I said, it's just keep on going and motivate.
Yeah, like what I'm doing, like when I get hanging out with you on air and you're like, there you go, there's validation. Like, generally, look it up. Like, just say what you say and you don't think about the whole validation. Of course, the validation does come through, but I really appreciate you being here, and I'm glad I looked like, what the hell, like 3 or 4 years ago, and wanting to be on the show at the time, and I'm like, man, how do I even know if he's like a good kid? And Dave was like, hey, don't you just ask for a reading? And I'm like, yeah, that's the obvious answer. So yeah, you totally blew me away, and you continue to go. And I know there's a lot of naysayers out there and haters, and I even have friends of mine saying, oh, he's not psychic, like, my little finger's more psychic than this guy, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I don't even get it, because I've seen you do and say amazing things as far as it comes to different people and what they need, you know, and keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. Don't let go. We gotta keep on swimming.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy. You know, like I said, I was the first to know that shit.
This is not really part of research.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just give them more of that information. You know,
hey, are you keeping a diary, Christopher? Are you keeping note of this? Or are you back and listening to recordings? Or what exactly are you doing to account for this and keep it in check? For me, like, I keep it in memory, but a lot of times but still. Sorry, Chris.
There's a copy of all your blogs that you participate in.
I would say just keep everything, because later you read it, because one day you might ask us something, and we'll be like, we don't remember each other. So, you know, if you can a copy of all the broadcasts that, you know, that I was on. It doesn't matter, you know, either one, or actually both. But the thing is, when you get in and more experience is with your own validation of things that you find out.
Yeah, cop ever been a journal because it gets straight on hearsay.
Yeah, because I keep documents, you know, with stuff that, you know, there's things that I remember with some people, but I wrote down like all the things I've had in the past. I used to write all that. And even with all the very, if I'm dreaming or having a vision of something, I put it on, because you never know that vision is somebody. And like I said, be related to that thing about the vision had. So there's a possibility that it's a big chance that, you know, that there's no doubt in my mind, you know, that 90%. Very interesting. But
misinformed, in motion. My question is, let's check the next house.
I get to I get picking up November, but then I said, no, this just gotta feel more like longer than that, but it's just an estimate.
Well, I was getting October, so I think November is an easy medium. Hopefully.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like it's going to be during the fall. If you don't get it by those times, it's going to be next year of November. Because I don't see it soon. I don't see it when you get it like this year, unless you don't have all your papers and your documents, things that you need to get in order to get that home. But if you don't, then yeah, I see it by next year. It's going to be a while. But it can happen this year if you have all your paperwork. I can see it being done this year, but if you don't, for sure next year.
Well, yeah, and I'm wondering, are they on like a Section 8 housing list or anything like that? And if they are, I'm not putting anybody down, but if you are, I can see, like you said, November. I'm seeing October, between October and November. So don't give up. Just get everything in order. Get everything ready to go. And once you're ready to go, you'll be all organized and ready. And that's what's important. You're ready. You have that sturdy baseboard to stand upon, and you can move on from there and have a more positive life, because I feel like this last life was not so positive.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy that it's crazy. But I just see that there is so much people can learn. But it's just that I think with housing, sometimes it can be like 6 months, 3 months, 4 months. But with housing and, you know, trying to get into, sometimes it takes like years. Some people just have the love, they can get it right off the bat. And others, they're like, why did it take so long? Sometimes you can see it in the
well, they're saying, way that maybe. Yeah, they're saying right here, note is a one-family home, but needs some work done prior to moving in. Settlement, hopefully. But yeah, I'm just saying between October and November. And I'm saying different things, like, due to, like, what I've gone through in my whole process. Like, there's different venues you can partake of to get there. But if you already have this pinned down, you're just waiting for loans and standards or whatever else is going on. Like, I don't know. One family home needs some work done. So maybe it's like some base work as far as like the threshold. Are there cracks in the basement? Are the cornerstones giving way? Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, and it's tough because you just, it takes forever. Some people, like I said, some people just have that luck, and then some of them, they take forever, like 4 months, and then when they do, they're like, oh, you have to wait for this, and just make sure that you have all your papers, because I think if you have all your papers and you turn it in, your chances are higher, but if you're holding on to you signing in so you can be in the system, if you keep doing that, that's going to prolong it. That's why I'm saying if you have the paper and you sign it and you fill it out, give it to them right there. Because I've heard people that, even with food stamps, some people just say, you know what, I'm going to have to keep the paper and I'm just going to turn it in whenever. No. When you do that, you're prolonging the issue. I don't give a crap if it's Social Security, if you're doing food stamps or whatever you're doing, turn in the paper.
Yeah, I was looking at something.
I was like, what's going on over there? Oh, I think he's just on his cell phone. He's not sleeping. Okay, so, misinformed in motion. No, it's a one-family home. I already said that. Thank you. Need to work on the paperwork in the next 2 weeks. I will turn them in. Yeah, do whatever you can. Turn it in. Do it in a timely order. And sometimes people won't even show up. So, I just muted myself. Some things may be cheaper than they would be in the end. Because some people don't think things are going to work out the way they do. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm hoping you're not getting into some, like, crazy haunted house where nobody wants to live.
Oh, my God.
That'd be terrible.
I found something creepy. A house that I lived in my early 20s. They sold it in 2015 and nobody bought it yet. They put it on the market.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is this not working out the way it should because it shouldn't work out? Because maybe they should rethink their ideal of what their home should be. Yes, a lot of these places that you find that you're attracted to, they totally pull you in. Oh, it feels like home. And then once you get there, it's like hell on earth. It's like, oh my God, where did all these entities and hauntings and whatever come from? Why is this happening to me, to my kids, so on and so forth? I don't know.
What could cause a house not to be bought for so long?
Because it's majorly haunted, and these spirits are unable to live with people unless they recognize and respect and do certain things they need to do. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It really is, when you find all that stuff out. It just gives you some kind of reassurance that you're not losing it.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I'll show it to Chris what this place is. I've lived there for a year and a half. And I was
have a haunted house and they sell it. Some people that are very intrigued to actually buy it. Mm-hmm. And then others are like, if they find out it's haunted, they're like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, and she said, no, it is a family resident. I love this home and I am connected to it. Yes, it could seem so, but I've watched different stories, even celebrity ghost stories, where it's a family home. They move in. They have always felt totally comfortable with it because generally they're there during the day or whatever. Sometimes they might spend the night, but really it's not a long stay. But once you move in and make this your place of home, sometimes the spirits act up. So just so long as you are truly comfortable with it, and you can say, hey, I am this lineage to you, or so on and so forth, and this is my place of home as well. We can live coherently together and everything's gonna be a-okay. I don't know. You just have to be able to coagulate, live together, and kind of be as one because you're sharing the same space.
Yeah, and you just never know. But it's just, you know, when you just share all this knowledge, it's always good to research and look up the history of all, so you'd be intrigued by what you find out. and if you're not careful, you might have like a Chip Coffee or an Amy Allen go into your house, and they're going to be like, well, you shouldn't have moved here because this is a house of the sick. And yeah, so just be very careful and do some research.
You know, one of the reasons I'm pissed off right now about my household? Okay, so there's a shelf right next to my door, and it's got several different entryways, so you can have different... Also, 2 autographed pictures inside there, and it was kind of sticking out, but not bad. And I even thought to myself, like, maybe before I leave I should put these away, and I'm like, no, it should be okay, like, it's only less than 2 weeks. And then I get back, and that's the first thing I noticed, is my Nick Groff pictures are missing. Like, what the crack?
Wow. I mean, you learn a lot when you research it, because you're just, oh my God.
Oh my God.
You just never know what you're going to learn. Yeah, but this is a good show. I can't complain. And how many minutes do we still have the whole see if anybody...
Okay, so we still have, T-minus 10 minutes and counting. I was going to cut and paste this caller that tried to call in. Let's see if she can get through this time, because she's trying to call again. I say she. I don't know it's a she, but it could be. Come on, get the fuck out of my face. I can't close shit down to answer it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this is so weird.
It's been so weird. The whole show is weird.
I wanted to give this to you, Chris, but it won't let me go into chat. It's weird. It's blocking me about this house.
Okay, I was going to ask you, can you send it to Messenger?
Oh, gosh. This is so frustrating. Damn you, Skype! Everybody's like, hey, how come you don't use Zoom or all these other cool artifacts in the internet realm? And I'm like, because only Skype works with Spreaker? I'm so over it right now.
You know what I was going to say, Tess? One of the people that I guess knows you, she said that she was trying to call, but the phone is just blank.
This is so weird. And I paid for it just recently, so, like, what the fuck? I don't know, I don't get it.
She says she's trying to join in. Her name's, maybe you know her name, if I say the name, Lindy? Lidie. I don't really know. But she was in a comment, and she said, did I miss the show? And then I went through her Facebook and messaged her, and I said, no, the show's still on.
Yeah.
She said that she's trying to call, and it's just showing blank.
It's what's looking on
here. I'm just going to answer this way and do speaker. Hello?
Hey, Tessa.
Hey. Who is this?
It's Wendy. How are you?
Hey, Wendy. I'm good. I'm sorry we couldn't get you through the natural source, but I have you on my cell phone right now on speaker.
I actually got it.
Well, if you have a question, he answers. You just want... No, I'm reading. Hold on. Frozen up, nothing. And she's calling back.
I'm your shit.
But it's all kind of frozen up. I'm like, nothing. Just can't believe like I like things coming through. I'm riding about.
Anything, and I'm grabbing him out like a
My new one called Hunt Black and White. The ring's going on right now. Get her in these. Scare her. This has been really weird. Like high energy or something.
I would not.
Everything is spaced out, and then as what he is oil, and then like somebody. Chris It's weird. We're still on.
Oh,
No, you're not. Everything is like freaking cute. Leave, sir. Do the number. What is it? Okay, so it's right in front of me. It's so good. I'm gonna bet I'll tell you. Yes. So
I'm the walking.
and first said this is last call. I can read D. I see what question and I just procrastinate. I can later.
I don't Rose over here.
Yeah, he's taking enemy or enemy.
He didn't. And then also.
Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna rejoin call because I got kicked out for some reason. Oh my goodness. Oh.
That could mean so much in my life right now, like
right?
whether it's a person or a work or like the mold I'm dealing with moving. Like that could mean so much stuff right there. Like that's okay.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting him back right now. Everything looks like it's coming back online, so hopefully we'll be on stands right now. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about all this. This is crazy. This is the craziest the show has been in time.
Something kicks her off.
Okay, we can hear you again. What did I say?
Ow! I tried doing it.
The same.
You're saying?
It was pain. I was going to kick you again.
It's gone. I'm sorry. It's weird.
I'm looking at the I lived before.
Is she gonna like it?
Yeah, she's still on here. She's waiting. Lee is still on the line and just waiting for her ring. And I was trying to version and then it just all went away. So I'm like, what the hell?
I was trying to keep the thing with an enemy, and then something on the port that he needs to be on alert. The port is a lot of everything and
So you said something about court?
yeah.
Yeah, he said he'd be there. I don't know if you're I have you in my head, so I don't know if you can hear him. I'm not sure. I'm gonna.
You're not in the back court date. The person might be unclear.
What the alert and if you do go.
Yeah, he had an alert. No.
And then I'm
In your house?
Paranormal activity.
Oh, paranormal activity in your house.
Do I have paranormal activity in my house?
That's what he's saying.
Can't hear you.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Chris?
I heard like I'm hearing like EMF, like EVP. I'm hearing EVP voices.
She's hearing like he's like something going on. You hear barely.
I'm a paranormal investigator, so there's not this. I haven't really noticed anything or anything like that. So.
My something is what I see. If it's within the, it's like some kind of.
He said there's sort of energy that is attracted to you.
And
it followed you from the first house to this house.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hold on.
But I know if you can't hear, then maybe you can talk to us after the show. Cause this is weird.
Yeah, and I finally got you guys back up where I need you, so I'm going to try to add her really quick. But yeah, that way you guys can hear each other fully. But yeah, this has been pretty interesting, and I did add this number earlier, I believe. Holy shnikes. Let me just do this and see if this works. Hi, Ma!
Telling you, needy.
Hey, I need some
I'm gonna try to accept this from you.
Okay. Gonna do that, then I'm gonna add Chris back on.
Hello.
Well, hello there. How are you? Good, how are you? Aww.
Come on.
It's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna add Chris really quick.
So is this just like me, you, and him, or like?
Yeah, this will be me, you, and him, and on the show. But yeah, it's gonna be Fast and Furious because we're at the end of the show. But I'm sorry for all this craziness. This is insane, and I just try to work around it any way I can. But oh my goodness, this is insane. Okay, let's see. Hi, Mom. You're doing a good job being a producer, man. And I hope you keep up with good work, man.
He's like, missed you. We literally went to work today and then came home, grabbed kids, and then we went over to my team's house and, like, had crab shrimp and all that, and we haven't been back long, so he's like, I missed you today, Mom. You left me.
Hey, where you been, man?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh my God, this is so weird.
I know, we had to move spaces because it wasn't working.
Because my life is insane.
Well, I was told to tell you that, whatever, even though I didn't know about your investigating part, but I was told that there was something that followed you.
Okay, well, I have a question because I've actually moved. We moved from one house last June to one house, and then I moved from that house to a friend's house in February, and now I just moved to this house. So what house would it be?
I think it was the one before your friend's house, huh? What do you think, Chris?
Because my first house was very, very haunted. We had several spirits there.
Yeah, I was going to see, is there, oh my God, I'm already getting chills. Was there like a lady that died in that house? Because I'm seeing a lady in my head.
I see a guy, that's weird. Maybe it's a couple.
I actually, while I lived in my first house, I actually went to Rampart and feel like I had an attachment from that investigation.
Oh, wow.
Well,
and it was a lady who died, who got murdered, actually.
Was that the house before your roommate's house?
No, like this.
Investigation
this was, yes, this was a location I went to, but when I got home, like, I literally was drained. I slept for like 2 or 3 days straight.
Yeah, but I was wondering, like, during your moving process, was this the first house, the second house, the one before your roommate's house, and then you moved to your new house? Which house was this that you did the...
This was my very first house.
Okay.
Well, you know what I was told, Jen? When she did the investigation, it was not... Well, her other house was already haunted to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my house was very haunted. Yes. It was.
And it's weird.
Wait, hold on just a second. I can't hear you. My kids are on the four-wheeler. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, there was actually a vortex open there and like a shapeshifter, and like we were dealing with a lot at that house. Like a lot. There were shadow people. Like it was, but
serious.
Also, like it was just crazy at that house.
Yeah, because I'm seeing like a lady like with it looks like a long silhouette dress. I want to say like it looks like a dress to me, and I want to say like she's seeing like she drowned. I don't know why I'm seeing her. They're all wet.
I hope it's not Mommy E, because she's creepy.
I don't know.
Well, there was 3 ponds on that location and a creek.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, see, and I didn't even know anything. There you go. But the thing is, I can't get a name off of those. Like, if I can get names. But I'm going to say right now,
Well, also, like, we had other incidences, too. Like, a friend of mine that committed suicide's bed was brought into that house, and my daughter started having experiences.
I hate to do a pause, but we have to pause, and then we have to continue this after the show. So don't go anywhere, Lindy. We will continue your reading. But Chris, where can our listeners find you on Facebook, Spreaker, wherever else?
Well, they can find me on Chris Psychic Garcia on Facebook, or they can reach me at 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470. You can also find me on my new Facebook. If you didn't know about it, just look up Chris Garcia, and it says Reading with Chris, and it shows me icon of my information of my profile. Search me, and I'm not very hard. And if you can't find me, just save my number, and maybe I should pop up under another notification. You can also reach me on Instagram too, but I'm also on Twitter. But you can also reach me in different ways. Garcia187 at gmail.com. And
very nice.
Say thank you, Tessa.
Thank you, Chris. It's been awesome tonight. And yeah, there was some hectic stuff going on, but I don't regret a moment of it. But thank you to everyone beyond the Omniverse listening tonight. Wherever you may be, come back tomorrow night. We have the Paradox Paranormal Forum. It's kind of backwards weekend because generally we do that on Saturdays. But you guys don't forget, we are all in this together. Together we can make the world a little better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. Nighty night, love and light. Take care of my yous, and I'll see you back here, same time, same place. Mwah.